5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on.
There you go. I don't know. It wasn't bad. I mean, like, it was bad. It was bad. But I would say for like a low budget fantasy sci-fi, like gigantic world building epic from like 1983, it's cut from a different cloth than our usual fare. I'll leave it at that. Bob, how are you?
It
Yes.
so wasn't low budget. That's the bad thing. It was
Oh.
really high budget for its time.
Compared to Star
But
Wars, though, was it? I didn't look up the numbers because I don't want to mess the factor.
I didn't
Factor.
compare it to Star Wars, but it
All right.
had to be close. It really
Okay.
had to be close.
All right, fair enough.
Star Wars didn't do a lot of expensive things. They did a lot of new things. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm happy to explain it.
All right. Get the bumper. Here we go.
Where's my puppy?
Please, Debbie, not now.
Don't worry. Bob's going to tell you where that puppy is. And Bob explains.
Fantastic, formative fantasy. Far from faulty film fodder, but far from flawless. Yeah,
Cool.
Very fair. Yeah, I had to save it at the end there because it's not flawless. It's not as good as I thought it was, but it is pretty good. Okay, so I'll try to go through this fast because it's long. Colwyn, that's the character's name, is set up to be a king of multiple kingdoms when another king agrees to let his daughter marry Colwyn. The evil powers that be don't like this, and they kidnap the princess, I'm going to call her princess in quotes, in order to convince her to join up with the monster instead, for ultimate power or something. Colwyn gathers up a ragtag bunch of misfits and a glaive to travel to the Black Castle, which apparently disappears and reappears daily.
Yeah.
In order to save the princess and defeat the monster. Of course, they succeed, but many traumatic deaths happen in the meantime that have left a scar on my brain since 1984 when I first saw this.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You got it.
You're the worst.
Comments are poopy.
He doesn't want you anymore. Now that I don't want you.
There's nothing but adoration for this film, but like it's not. It's like it's self-aware admiration. So here we go. This movie has stood the test of time. As good as Willow, highly underrated movie. Next comment: an underrated
Willow.
and unique gem of science fiction and magical fantasy. Next comment: I started playing Dungeons and Dragons in 1975, so when this movie hit theaters in '83, it was as if it had been made just for us. My fellow players and I loved this movie. Very dated, especially with relatively low budget for a fantasy film, but they did a very good job with what they had. Still fun to watch even today. Next comment: this is a timeless classic. I absolutely love it. Next comment: I saw this movie when it first came out and still enjoy it to this day. Next comment: they would rule the world and their son would rule the galaxy. But here's a thought: and never mentions if their son would rule justly or cruelly. Ooh, makes you think right there. And the last one: saw this movie on the Sci-Fi Channel when it was still spelled correctly as sci-fi and loved it. Spent years trying to find it again. Thought I dreamed it up after a while, and then I mentioned it a month ago to my mom, who helped me find it, and now I will watch it with her tomorrow. LOL. So like, yeah. So it's like, that's not maladjusted feedback though that we normally get. It's like yeah, it's kind of dated, it's kind of crummy, but like I loved it. I remember I remember I was happy when I saw it when I was a kid. I'm happy when I watch it now. Like, so that'll
That's
go into
me.
my yeah. Yeah.
We compare movie ratings so you don't have to. That way we can find out if this movie truly is the worst of its kind.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Ugh. Have I seen
Yeah.
it? It's one of my favorites. It's on my top like 10 to 20 list.
No. Yeah. Cool. Uh, yeah. No.
I've heard of it.
Got to be like 45 or 50. I'm going to split the diff 47 and a half.
I'm going with Rob's initial number of 45.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I think 65 and up on the critical side, not regarding the audience score, is like that's a matter of taste at that point. Yeah.
Sure is good to get away. Damn the rain.
Vacations are fun, but this one should be great.
Yeah, the gang's coming up for the weekend. What a blast.
Wow! Ain't that a pitch?
I'll go. All right. Yeah, you go ahead. I'll go second. Bob third. You want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. That's bad. This movie was whimsical, so I took a whimsical approach. Where the Cyclops watches with one steady eye, and quicksand grips onto those who try. Laser monks blaze in a dark, twisted maze, where love and danger both lie.
Very whimsical. I'm leaning Rob right now. Okay. There once was a fantasy film so fantastic, though the story was somewhat problematic. Characters go to many a cave to talk to a widow and get a glaive, and a few character deaths were traumatic.
It really was.
I talked to my brother about it over the weekend, and he said, "Man, that movie was like traumatized me with the quicksand and the crushed
The
Cyclops." I'm like,
spikes, the spikes. Yeah.
yeah, like those were all like as a kid. Holy shit!
If I was like watching movies as a kid and like this came on after the Goonies, I would like give it a go and then I'd not be okay.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sloth.
sloth. Yeah, yeah. This did it. This did it to me. Let's just say that this did it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Rob. 4.5.
Rob win.
I do not fear you, even though you beat me. Beat me again. Beat.
The most offensive.
Yeah. Royal Crown, baby.
Indeed it is. Yes. No, it was the last one.
Yeah, it was last week. Maybe. Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, Jack and Jill.
Well, you
Okay.
can listen back and find out by going to www.theworstmovieevermade.com and just listen to our entire archive and find the RC Cola reference. We always have the best references, man. Preempt it, yeah. Thank you. Oh, the fuck. I'll get used to this before we change it again.
5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Four.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Flaming horse hooves is what I had in my catch-all. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Farmer's property. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's one and the same.
Sorry, farmers.
Yeah. Bum ba bum 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 bum. You know, like we are farmer. Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
When you say it flatly like that, it's really fucking funny, though. Yeah,
It's really funny.
2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
1.
We had a son.
But you said nothing. Where is he?
I killed him when he was born. And this is my punishment.
My son.
Mio Sport.
Since I could not kill you, my rage needed a victim.
Jeez.
I know you can never forgive me.
I cannot forgive myself. I have already forgiven you.
You can never forgive a woman who has killed your son.
Yeah. 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 Sure.
Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Putty. Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Mended. Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Shine. Hi, Billy Mays here with Zorbies. Hi, Billy Mays here with the Awesome Auger.
Rob's ad. Read.
Are you ready for a love story like no other? Introducing Hot Dogs at 3 a.m., the culinary companion for those nights when life just can't get any darker. Picture this. Our charming yet troubled protagonist, Jake, finds himself in an all too familiar spiral. The only thing more relentless than his insomnia? The siren call of a greasy, questionably cooked hot dog. But these aren't just any hot dogs. They're the kind that wrap around your soul, making promises they can't keep, dragging you deeper into a delicious despair. And as Jake succumbs to his midnight ritual, the lines between love, loss, and nitrates blur. From the twisted mind of Nicholas Sparks, Hot Dogs at 3 a.m. isn't just a snack. It's a haunting reminder that some cravings never let go. You've seen the story before, and you know how it ends. Or do you? Hot Dogs at 3 a.m. Sometimes love means never letting go of the tongs. Back to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The woman is all we want. The others must die. They all must die.
That's some really bad dialogue.
All right.
5.
Argo!
He'll be all right.
You are his queen?
Yes.
Then we won.
Yes.
Oh, boy. I should have stuck to puppies. Oh.
I think it's time you unlock those manacles, huh?
Well, I thought I'd keep them as a memento of our journey.
Well, the key's yours.
Only the king and his lord marshal carry this key.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
4.
What you ask is beyond my power.
It can be turned only once. That is the lure of the web.
Then the second Lissa will share your fate. She will die, grow old, lonely. She will die in a place of darkness. This whole world will be a place of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
The spider.
The glass spider guy.
Yeah.
Thing.
The plasticine spider.
The glass arachnid. Yeah. Yeah. They assume like, yeah, and it's like they're trying not to patronize by not doing the exposition dump, but like in this case, like we very well could have benefited from like being included in as to what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
3.
The glaive is nothing but an ancient symbol. It doesn't really exist.
It exists. Up there. In a cave on the highest peak. Without the glaive, you'll never be able to reach Lissa.
I need weapons, not symbols.
Once the glaive was a very powerful weapon. It can be so again. But only in the hands of the right man. For only the right man can retrieve the glaive.
Am I that man?
I wish I knew.
Wish I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what fucking happens.
Yeah.
2.
If I had my wish, I'd be out of this gloomy place right away. If I really had my wish, I'd be sitting on top of a gooseberry pie, as big as a mountain. Now, that's a bit greedy. I'll settle for one as big as a house.
I'd wish for a puppy.
Only one puppy? If you're wishing, why not wish for 100?
And while I'm at it, let me get a bottle of water to wash it down. That's the end. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. No idea. I was gonna look up the screenplay, and I forgot. But you're right. That was the one line I was like, "What?" Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
You know what? Fuck it.
Oh, well, it'll have to be a goose. Fat and ugly.
Very fat, very ugly.
And from that, you see what I could have done to you if I were a vengeful man. You may leave me now. Dear, let me see now.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
looking for an escape from the worst production?
Get me out of here.
There is no way out of here. It will be dark soon. There is no way out of here.
So you kind of had to watch the movie for this to understand this, but I'm gonna simplify it by saying writing and rewriting. That's the tagline. So the story was written once with many different ideas from the final product, but a rewrite was produced, which the studio approved. Like they said, yes, we want the rewrite. Let's fund it, and they started building sets and costumes. Then it was rewritten again, but some of the third rewrite had to be adjusted to match the sets and costumes because there was large expenses to make these sets and costumes. 23 movie sets were constructed for filming. Also, the writing is actually derivative and confusing. You mentioned J.R.R. Tolkien. I agree. A lot was stolen. Star Wars, same kind of thing. A lot was stolen. And a bit confusing. So I'm going to let a professional explain, excuse me. A professional critic said this: we're constantly told that there's only one way to do something, and that it's very dangerous. And then when the characters fail to do it, there is suddenly another way that is also very dangerous. And if that way fails too, you can bet there'll be another way to do the thing that was originally the only one way to do. To use a screenwriting metaphor, this is like painting yourself into a corner and then avoiding stepping on the fresh paint by suddenly developing the ability to levitate.
It's the yes-anding. Yeah.
Yeah, that last two or three sentences was stolen from a professional critic talking about the writing. And I totally agree. Even though I love this movie and I will watch it again someday, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't like Marvel rules where anything can just be made up and changed and made up and changed and the rules can just be out the window. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why Marvel shit the bed with the multiverse and why Rick and Morty only has so much staying power. Because if there's infinite amount of variance of everything, then like you don't become invested with any of the characters, because if they die, you'll just get a different version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no concept of loss or like companionship that you could establish because you just know they're just going to wipe it out and reset it.
Yes.
I am Torgo. I take care of the place while the master is away.
I am Michael. I take care of the place while the master is away.
The acting just gets worse and worse in the worst acting.
One, Daddy.
There is no time now for grief.
You haven't lost a father and a bride on the same day.
Nor have I become king on that day.
I have no kingdom.
Your kingdom may be greater than you know.
I give it to you, old man, and welcome to it.
I came to find a king. And I find a boy instead.
And I find a boy instead. Bleh. The brutal murder of his bride-to-be and his father. And he's just like, you're a pussy. I'll see you later, kid.
Exactly.
Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. He's just like, I'll see you later, pussy cake. Yeah. Boo! Stretch!
Mando, keep still. Don't struggle.
Reach.
Hold on.
Reach.
Keep still, Mano. Don't struggle.
Stretch.
Hold.
Pull. 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 Leno!
You assume it's important, but unless I fell asleep or the gummy hit at the wrong spot, I don't think they ever revealed what was the purpose of that mystery
they
sack.
didn't.
Yeah. And then this was catch-all, but since we're on the subject, and then they all try very little to save him.
Right.
It's like, oh no, you gotta reach, oh no, oh no, no. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, it looked like a bathtub full of like Quaker oat flakes, like the instant stuff. Yeah. Three.
Let me comfort you.
I can't accept comfort when she has none.
You will not then.
I cannot.
My master said, make him betray, if not kill him. Yes, he is my master. These talons were a heartbeat away from your throat. I could have killed you in an instant. But in the hour I knew you, I loved you. It is you who are betrayed. Power is fleeting. Life for you and death. Love is eternal. Remember me.
Yeah.
It's in my catch-all. I love it.
I know all the signs pointed this way, but there was so much bobfoolery.
Okay, but I know we can't be wrong. Look, the sign pointed this way.
Fact or no fact.
Any other neck-gathering creature can create the same situation.
Okay, if you like this movie, I called Fact or No Fact Krull. If you didn't like this movie, I called it dull. There it is. So I'm gonna read you 5 things, and 4 of them are real, 1 of them fake. Figure out what the fake one is, and you win.
Right.
First one: in the original screenplay, Colwyn saves Yinner from the spider in the Widow of the Web in the cave by killing it with a glaive. The spider. He killed the spider with a glaive. Okay, second, the actor playing young Seer. The young Seer helper was not allowed to be on the set at the same time as the tiger. Okay, third one. For the quicksand in the swamp, 4 tons of painted cork was used. Okay, fourth one. And this throws back to something Chris said earlier. The movie's sole screenwriter, Stanford Sherman, later went on to co-write The Ice Pirates. And the fifth one. The destruction of the Black Forest at the end was filmed upside down. so it appeared the pieces were ascending into the sky.
All
right, which one's the lie?
Killing the spider with the glaive. I mean, it was rewritten, so it's not too out of the ordinary. Actor playing young seer helper was not allowed to be on the same time as a tiger. I mean, yeah, it's believable too, because like that wasn't really his scene anyway. So it's like it's like one of those things where like they won't allow him, but it's like, yeah, you're probably in your trailer anyway for a hunk of that. So no real skin off your ass there. 4 tons of painted cork. This is where I'm calling it into question, because that's the thing. It's like I believe it is what you say it is, but I think the volume or the magnitude of it is off.
Okay.
But if it is 4 tons, that's fucking egregious. Soul screenwriter went on to write co-write Ice Pirates. I mean, could be, because didn't they want Ice Pirates to be like a serious space opera that would rival Star Wars before the budget cuts, and then they made it a comedy, right? So like, I could see that being like, it had like a $20 million budget, and it got cut down to 8, right, for Ice Pirates, if I recall correctly, on our archived episode that you can hear at www.theworstmovieevermade.com.
Something like that.
Yeah. And Destruction of the Forest. I know the upside down thing's actually, that's a common filming thing. Like when you like in music videos, like when they're all like standing on the ceiling and shit, it's really just they're on the floor and the cameras. Yeah. So that's believable. But that's incredibly practical. Whereas 4 tons of painted cork is not. So it's like, why would they make those two decisions on the same production lot? I am going to call BS on the cork. I think like 2 tons max.
Go, Chris.
No, it's because kids are more impulsive and they will fuck with the tiger, where adults know better than to do that.
All right. Well, one of you won.
All right.
Here we go. In the original screenplay, Colwyn does save Ynir from the spider by killing it with a glaive.
All right.
And in the movie Beastmaster, not this movie, the young actor had to be on a different set than the tiger.
Wow.
So, Chris, you're right. You did call it. You're right. The quicksand in the swamp was 4 tons of painted cork.
Jesus fucking. For like 5 minutes of screen time? Okay.
Quicksand was a big deal, man. The Soul screenwriter did co-write the Ice Pirates, and the Destruction of the Black Forest was filmed upside down. So,
all right.
There were so many things. I put the rest in my catch-all, so I'm just gonna stop now and let's move on.
All right.
Get back in the house, damn it.
My God, Mike, what happened?
We'll figure it out during
The cuts off.
turn this on.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Well, my first mention is that the musical score is overwhelming, though award-winning. The musical score, which was performed by the London Symphony Orchestra, actually was award-winning, although I thought it was just overbearing. Very overbearing. I thought it was just too much for this movie. Watch it again, you'll know what I'm talking about. Listening audience, go find Krull and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna say, Doody wrapped boomerang blade.
Dude, oh, at the when he first pulls it out, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't have the numbers or the comparisons, but going back to what I said to Rob earlier, this motion picture was one of the most expensively produced of its time, 1983.
Okay, so
it was $30 million.
So for my turn, Bob, I will piggyback off of you because I looked it up after fact or no fact because I was like, all right, I didn't want to look it up until after, for contest reasons.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's worth in 2024 money?
I can only imagine.
It's $94,286,680. So that's like, it's not MCU territory, but it's close. MCU, the most MCUs, like except for like the the really big ones, like Endgame, they're like 150 to 200 million, and like the really expensive ones are like in the 300 to 400 mil. So,
but did you compare it to Star Wars? That's what I wanted to know.
See,
like 83 would have been Return of the Jedi.
Let's see. The Jedi. Let's pull this up. 32.5 to 42.7, depending on who you ask. That's the range.
So that and
yeah,
very comparable in a third in a series where Krull was the only.
Well, let's just see. Let's see what A New Hope's worth. How about that? A New Hope is 11 million. This is 3 times more expensive than A New Hope.
That's what I figured, actually.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right.
Rob's.
Nah, I'm using that as my turn because I burned some time on that.
So Chris' turn.
I love the set design. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like switch to animation like Xanadu.
Like a heavy metal sequence or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. in the arena of Nipopolis.
So this goes back to my Marvel movie rules. There are no rules. Like, why do the bad guys get laser guns, but the good guys only get swords? Like, what is that about?
Yeah. Just to piggyback off that, yeah, I call them laser monks because, like, Do we know that? Do we know when this was set? Is this like in the not so distant future, or is this like in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago? Is this present day? Is this during medieval times? I don't.
It's a different world.
Yeah, but like, is it a different world in the future, or is it a different world in the past? Because I just
It's a different world galaxy wise, I think.
All right, because the tech made no sense, and that, yeah, I guess that was my turn. I was just confused by like the kick ass robots with action missiles, and then like the feudal England during the plague, like juxtaposition just didn't make any sense to me. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, they do. And it seems they can only shoot one laser, and then after that they have to use the spear. It's a very strange system.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I just thought when he had to go onto the mountain to find the glaive, they were like, just go somewhere on this mountain and find this mystical glaive, and he just randomly found it. I thought that was like incredibly lucky. Okay.
The spike scene was fucked up when they were crawling through because he dropped his like satchel or whatever, and then like it pierces him, and then like I don't know what the filmic time is because like like when sometimes when they're 0-houring things like 20 minutes passes, then it goes back to it, but like only like 3 minutes in that setting has passed. Like, so I'm just imagining these guys just sitting there like impaled through his lung for like 25 minutes before like the next like happens. Yeah, and when in actuality, it probably took place in the space of like 30 seconds, like in their world. But like they wanted to show both things happening at the same. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know where they met.
Yeah.
Something like that. I wanted to know when all the prisoners, like the guys with all the shackles on, like Liam
Yeah.
Neeson or all them,
Yeah.
when they all joined up with Colwyn or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
where did all the horses come from? Like, I'm not talking about the fire mares that eventually drove them to the Black Castle. I mean, like the original set of horses. Like they were like 2.
The
and
ones
then
they lassoed.
Suddenly they were like
Yeah.
8. It just
Yeah.
didn't make any sense unless they already had them. I don't know. But they escaped from prison. Where are they getting horses from?
They got a guy.
They got a guy. Okay.
They can get you a
Thank
horse
Rob.
with nail polish by 3 p.m.
Thank you, Rob. All of them. All of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
They're all dressed in like medieval garb, right? Except for Colwyn, who has like space spandex from Forever 21. Like the black and gray striped like crotch
He
huggers.
did.
Yeah.
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 He did have spandex, yeah.
That was weird. It's like I think they wanted like it's like the Jean-Claude Van Damme like in The Rider, like you gotta show like my ass contour for at least like 5 minutes of screen time or I'm not doing it. Yeah. Yeah, he is 80s jacked.
He is Ajax. He worked out really hard for that, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the guy that the guy, yes, it did. He actually did all of his own stunts. In case you didn't know that. The guy that played the Cyclops was only able to look through one eye hole. It wasn't like the middle one. The middle one was animatronic. He was only able to look through one eye hole while in costume. And he explained how during the swamp scene, the other actors had to protect him from walking into the swamp, like into like the the holes. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned the tiger thing during the catch-all, Chris, because now that you mention it, like how you assume like it may not have actually even been on set. Like, they do a shitload of double exposures in this. So like I wonder why they didn't just do that with the tiger.
Well, they probably
Like,
did.
Did they?
Probably.
All right. Yeah.
I pulled that. I pulled that fact from a different movie,
All
a
right.
Beastmaster.
Yes, but I was just saying the logic Chris had about the double exposures like made me think about like the castle. Like that was just like one roll of film, like pasted over another roll of film.
Right.
Same with the horses. It was just like it reminded me of like the Seinfeld back windshield when they're driving. They're basically just sitting in front of a projector.
Right.
Yeah. Like a movie projector. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, here's the counterpoint for that, Chris. He already his kingdom's been destroyed. His wife and his father, his dear old lady and pappy. What does he have to lose? If I found out I was the chosen one after my family was murdered by a bunch of space monks, and I was told like reaching into this thing that will kill me if I'm not the chosen one, like it's like when you're in the bomb squad. It's like you snip the wire and you save the day, or you snip the wrong one and you never have to worry about anything ever fucking again because you're dead. So like, what is he? Not really much to lose there. I mean, if it was searing pain and it really hurt, you could just like roll head first into it and you're done. You know. The old guy with the breathing problems said the highest peak. So, I mean, like mathematically, if you just found like the tallest point, then it'd be there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Am I giving this too much credit?
Yeah, usually.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, Chris. Or did Chris just go?
Chris went and I gave a counterpoint, so it's your turn, Bob. Yeah.
Okay. The guy that played Cyclops, once again, his last name was Breslaw. He was 6'7", but he still wore lifts to make him several inches even taller.
Huh.
Yeah, he wore high things, like high shoes,
Clogs.
sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I really wish this was a different movie because like some of those establishing shots were pretty like magnificent and beautifully shot. Like the skies and the rolling fields and the forests. Like if this was in like a movie that was good, it would have been pretty breathtaking. And I'll make that my last one, and then I will rip off you guys if anything else comes to mind.
Oh wow.
All right.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh, no way. Yeah.
I
That's nice. I like that.
I'm gonna go back to something Chris said. I'm gonna say I love the sound when the bad guys die.
Yeah.
Now, here's the fact for that. The dub for the death scream. Remember how the Wilhelm scream came from like
Yeah.
an old alligator movie? The dub for the death scream to the Slayers was taken from the Mayhar shrieks in At the Earth's Core from 1976.
All right.
So yeah, they dubbed that. They didn't record that. Even though it was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, no surprise.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Nice.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
I just burned my sinuses out with my vape. Thank you, Chris.
I thought the gunshot ricochet sound effects were awesomely bad. Like
Yeah.
they were ricochet of actual gunshots, but they were laser shots. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
Achoo!
So, old friend was the like password kind of for the door passage in the rock wall. That is like a dwarven elvish ripoff from Lord of the Rings. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, then you know. Go ahead, Bob.
It's true. I only have two more. First one is the glaive can apparently carve a door out of like steel glass, but not slice through the boss guy. Like the boss level guy should be easily sliced through with that glaive, and it just like, stuck in him, and I couldn't get out. Thought that was bullshit.
Yeah, agreed. The bad guy's name is the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Must have taken them a while to come up with that one. I'm just over quicksand.
Yeah.
Totally over it. Bob, you have one more?
I have one more. This is actually a fact. Director Peter Yates reportedly hated making this film so much that he took a vacation to the Caribbean in the middle of filming. And this led to the special effects team also taking a 3-week break.
Wow.
So if that explains anything, once again.
Yeah.
To the budget, especially.
I've got one more thing. In South Park's fantastic Easter special, I just looked this up. Jesus kills the Pope with the glaive.
Yes.
And then he gets on one knee in a power stance, and he takes sunglasses out, and he puts them on. And he's done.
Oh my god, that's perfect. All right, here's one for you. The changeling is funny, and he dies in the same way that the rest of the whatever bad guys do. But the old guy knows about the changelings, and he doesn't warn anyone about them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a changeling. That's one of the many tools of the beast. The Cyclops doesn't get a horse. I think that's speciest.
Yeah.
He's
not that big. Yeah. So now there's women at the camp all of a sudden. Because Liam Neeson has a wife somewhere.
Yeah, and they're just getting all cozy.
Shelob ripoff.
Yeah.
There's a pretty lady spider, like keeper or whatever. It's basically Shelob. And it's very obviously a small spider, which we got already. It's beyond my power to help you, she says. Wait, here you go. Here's the solution for your issue. And she just smashes the sand. The horse fly. Why are there flying horses?
I don't know. Like merry-go-rounds?
Yeah, I guess. The Slayers opened doors to shoot them, but shouldn't have opened doors at all, and they couldn't get in.
Yeah.
If they didn't open doors, then the good guys couldn't get in to the Black Fortress. No. Hey Bob, this is your point. The Cyclops got crushed.
Yes.
That's a rough way to go.
Yeah, slowly and visibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, oh, it's a lost cause. Just let me get crushed.
Yeah. So I have to weigh in on that. He said they said in the lore that they know the moment they die and they're just waiting for it. So he could have had maybe because he knew that was his moment and that was his destiny, you know.
Right.
Each to their fate or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey Bob, another one to your point. The glaive sure took its time cutting out that door.
It did take his time.
Yeah.
He's just like sitting there like, should I be celebrating the fact that I'm being freed, or should I be worried that there are guards coming because this is taking 45 minutes?
He was like casually waiting for it the same way like someone with like a shitty apartment like waits for their shower to heat up. You know, like you run the water and you just like sit there like you dick around on your phone for a minute and then
right. This bitch had fire hands the whole time.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And the last one that I have is their son is going to be an emperor. And Rob, I foreshadowed this one in the YouTube comments, but their son's going to be an emperor. That's kind of bad and wrong, though, isn't it? Like to be an emperor of the entire galaxy. Shouldn't we be rooting for like a democracy and not one person deciding everything?
Nope, benign dictatorship. It's the way of the world.
Oh yeah, future leggings.
Future.
Yeah, future monarchy.
Yeah. Right. All right, let's throw it to what we're watching.
The best opinions about things to watch are definitely
mine. Do you hear?
All right.
I've got Rings of Power. I'm going to make this short and sweet because I feel like we're running long and it's my fault. But Rings of Power Season 2 is coming out on Thursday. Right. I've mentioned this show a couple times in the last so many episodes, but I cannot wait. I'll be watching Rings of Power Season 2. Watching the first season again has only strengthened my opinion of it. And also, for those parents out there, Inside Out 2, I believe, is available on Disney now.
Yeah, they're doing a rerun. They're doing a rerun at the drive-in, so we're going to take the kids to see it this weekend.
There you go. Yeah. My kids really like it, so I'm looking forward to watching that with them. So yeah, go ahead, Bob. That's all I got.
I'm gonna quickly say There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis and Paul Dano. That was good. I liked it. I finally watched it all the way through. It was good. But I'm gonna say something lesser known. The Legend of 1900 from 1998. Tim Roth is the main star in this one. He plays a kid born on an ocean liner and is a piano prodigy, and the tall tales that surround him as the legend. And his name actually is 1900. It's just a nice little movie that has rewatch value, in my opinion. I'd say watch it. I've actually rewatched it. This is like the second or third time I've seen it. I love it.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
It's a cool movie. Lots of piano, lots of jazz. I think you'd like it.
Cool.
All
right. So for the trash, Ancient Aliens. It's on Hulu, like all 19 seasons.
Yeah, that's awful.
And it's great because like it's just people like pointing towards like credible sources in like various scientific disciplines, and then like vaguely alluding to it to make their point that it was actually aliens with no credibility whatsoever, and it's fucking amazing. And then Ricky Stenicki. It's an Amazon Prime movie with John Cena. And dude, it's about 30 minutes too long. It's one of those like, you know, a comedian's movie where like they want to get all their jokes in, but they probably shouldn't have. But so basically it's three friends and they got in trouble like lighting dog dew on someone's doorstep when they were kids, and they caused a house fire. And so what they do was in one of their Halloween costumes, they wrote the name Ricky Stenicki to like set somebody else up. It's a fictional name. And they decide when they're kids that whenever they want to like get out of family obligations or out of trouble, they'll blame it on Ricky Stenicki. It catches up with them when they duck out on a baby shower and the wife prematurely gives birth while they're partying in Atlantic City, where they meet John Cena's character is a lounge singer whose songs are all parodies about masturbating, who goes by the name of Rock Hard Rod.
Okay.
So basically, they arrive back from that to one of the guy's kids being born and everybody being mad at him, and they blamed it on Ricky Stenicki, and they hire Rock Hard Rod, and they give him like their little playbook of all the lies they ever told, and then he shows up and acts the part, and like he's like a washed up like drug addict, alcoholic lounge singer, but he's really fucking committed to the gig. So he reads through the Bible, he learns about all their lives, and he just shows up like fucking not breaking character, and then like it gets way out of hand.
Because he does assume all the responsibility, but then they realize that
like he when they first meet him, he shows up with like the DTs and like seizures, and he's pissing himself, and like we got to get you some alcohol to like level you. I was like, no, it says in the playbook he's sober, 5 years sober, like so I'm not gonna have any drinks, and like he's just fucking, and he just it's John Cena. Like I don't really follow him, but like he's fucking hilarious in that because like he doesn't break character, and his character doesn't break character, and it's like this whole thing of meta humor. I liked it. I recommend it. Like it's like
cool,
you know, like a 3 out of 5 star type deal. Like I
might check it out. I'm curious.
Yeah.
All right, let's show it the back credits.
You didn't give me bad credits.
Oh, it's in the drive.
Oh, is it in the drive? Okay, so why don't we do the mini game? Let me play the mini game bumper. Here we go.
If you're doing something offensive, we're just going to ask you.
Well, whatever it is you're not doing, don't do it somewhere else.
This is the offensive minigame.
Should we just have Bob decide while you find this?
I'm listening. Just
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Boobs or snacking on Sonny's cinnamon.
What was the first one?
Bus boobs.
Oh, yeah, bus boobs.
Bus boobs.
Reparation refusal or mass murder for matrimony. Mass murder for matrimony. This is the princess allowing innocence.
I think mass murder for
mass murder.
Yeah.
Okay. Stallion slapping or homophobic humor.
Homophobic humor.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay, well, not another church movie wins the offensive. So, do you feel comfortable throwing it to bad credit names?
Chick Anstis, Christine Allstop, Dino DeCampo, and Dickin Ashworth.
Dickum Ashworth?
Nice.
Dick in Ashworth.
Dick in Ashworth. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Dick in Ashworth.
Dickin.
All right, time for the movie comparison.
All right.
But, Master, you have 6 wives. Why can't I have one for myself?
Because it is
time to compare the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not Another Church Movie and Krull. Negative 56.8 and worst for Not Another Church Movie. Negative 32.8 and worst for Krull. Hey, Bob. Hey, Rob. 5-star pitch for Not Another Church Movie. A 4-star for Rob. So that's a victory.
Church movie wins.
As well.
Yeah.
So we already know that it's more offensive. Dialogue. What do you guys think?
Church movie.
Church movie.
Not even
production
close.
making fun of. Well, I need you guys again. Making fun of a comedy or writing and rewriting. What's worse?
Making fun of comedy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Acting. What's worse?
Church movie. Clean sweep.
Yeah, it's gonna.
And then demerits. What's the demerit for Krull?
Special effects.
Yeah. Like for the amount they spent for the time, like I could have been better than like a projector of while people are standing on horses.
Yeah.
All right. So what's worse, special effects or no church in another church movie?
Special effects.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
Damn. So it's a clean sweep. It's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-1. Not another church movie.
Okay.
That is the worst. Next week we are doing. Do you guys want to guess?
I saw it on the Google Drive, but I won't say anything for suspense.
What are we doing for next week?
I think we're doing Steel.
Movie? I think it's Steel.
It's Steel. With Shaquille O'Neal and Steel.
I think it was Steel so much that I already put it on the drive. That's how much I thought it was Steel.
I saw it when I was getting the bad credit names. And I was like, oh, shit. That way, I don't look at the poll until Chris reveals it on air, but I spoiled it for myself.
Fuck yeah, it's Steel. Okay, so we'll be watching Shaquille O'Neal for our first time on the pod next week in Steel. I can't wait. Rob, why don't you plug us and throw it to Bob for his last word?
Yeah.
Bye, Jelly School. Love you guys. Thanks for listening.
You can find us at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We are on all the streamers. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. You could email us. Now, if you go to www.theworstmovieevermade.com and you click the email, it emails us at worstmovieevermade@gmail.com with no the, because somebody else was able to snag that before we ever conceived this show. So if you just go to the website and click the envelope, you don't have to, there's no guesswork. We eliminate it for you. That's a service that we provide for you at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We put these up very late on Tuesday. So technically it's like a Wednesday release. Then that following Sunday, we have the video counterpart on YouTube where you could smash that little subscribe button, hit the bell, and get notified whenever we get an episode up there, 12 a.m. on Sunday. Bob, last word?
Glaive.
Oh, well, that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Symbol swell right there. Hey, bye, Jelly Scoop.
Bye, Jelly Scoop.
All right.